Welcome to our third segment. Archbishop, as you said when you were interviewing Tink Guthrie, he worked with us for a couple years in planning, and him coming on full-time leading our mission advancement is a real gift.
Well, he's a fine guy, and I'm so glad that we made sure that he doesn't have 3 but 4 children.
That's right.
I was glad to finally get that right. It's good to learn something on the program.
That's right. And of course, we're in his home parish right now, so we're still here in the Proto Cathedral, and we're glad you're with us. You know, October, let's not lose our time, is one of those really important times of year to focus on Respect Life. Yeah. Thanks to the leadership of the U.S. bishops, this is Respect Life Month, and every year the bishops have an annual theme, and it comes out in a packet. This is the packet, and we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. The theme this year is Every Life is Worth Living. The gift of life itself, and then what you do with your life. The stewardship theme used to be, stewardship is what you do after you say, I believe. Respecting life is what you do after you recognize that you're a gift from God. So let's talk about this.
And Pope Francis's point that every life is worth living. He has really brought this notion of seeing the person first, respect for human life, whether it's a child in the womb or someone at the end of their life. And boy, Brian, do I love these packets. I hope people will have a chance to get a copy of these, because there's little brochures or little leaflets, I guess you'd call it, and each one has a separate story. There's a little boy with Down syndrome, and a family that's talked about. There's a man in one of them that I was reading who has an illness, and he's nearing the end of his life, and what it means to help care for that person. There's a lot of different individual vignettes, I guess we would call them, that make very practical the issue of respect for human life. It's not respecting life in the abstract, it's being with real people.
You know, it reminds me that the vignettes they use in the packet this year reminds me of earlier in the show when we did Catholic Services Appeal. We showed vignettes of the stories of generosity, of service in our community.
Good connection, Brian. Actually, respect for human life and the Catholic Services Appeal fit together very well.
Well, they're both about generously responding to our first gift, which is recognizing everything we have as a gift from God.
Exactly.
You know, our Holy Father talks about a concern for the poor from the night he was elected, talking about that, and a concern for what he refers to as a throwaway society.
He does. He, of course, in his encyclical and in virtually every time he's addressed people, he cautions us against seeing people as consumers or products, and we get so used to throwing things away, which of course we shouldn't do, but we also treat people that way. He has a way of bringing together also this wonderful connection that we need to have between the truth and love. And I read, in fact, when we had our gathering a month ago with the teachers, our Catholic school teachers, one of the things that I used was a quote that I know our Holy Father has also used from Edith Stein. Edith Stein was the philosopher. She died actually a victim of World War II. She became a sister, a convert to the faith, Sister Teresa Benedicta of the Cross. And listen to the quote, because I wrote it down here. She said, "Do not accept anything as the truth if it lacks love, and do not accept anything as love if it lacks truth. One without the other," she says, "becomes a destructive lie." So the fact that people who want to promote the truth of human life, but not in a loving way, or people who want to pretend that they're loving, but they are not consistent with the truth of human life, it's a destructive lie. We need to do both. And that's what this Respect Life Month, I think, is all about.
You know, when you use that with the teachers, it was a kind of a theme for the year, but I have to tell you, when you just read it now, that could be a theme for marriage, too.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Hey, listen, it could be a theme for being a good priest.
There you go.
A bishop, no, good archbishop. Absolutely.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Respect Life Month is really a call to the Catholic community, certainly our parishes, to ask what are they doing about this. And one of the packets was sent to each of our parishes, and that's an important thing, but it's really a challenge. What are we each doing individually? And as you said, the packet has stories about doing that. Many of our parishes have a Respect Life committee. Many of our parishes have a social concerns committee. And this past year, under your leadership, you called them together Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, and I'm very grateful for Ed Harpring and so many people. Ed Harpring, of course, is now our director for Respect Life for Pro-Life Office. And bringing together people who are all concerned about the needs of the individual. Often as we concentrate on certain aspects, we build silos and we don't talk to one another. Coming together, and this is something we're going to be doing on a national level actually in 2017. We'll hear, that might be for another program, but it's a way of bringing people together and more importantly, calling forth new leaders. The Record, our website, Catholic Connections, there's so many ways in which people can learn about the faith, but we don't want people to be passive learners when it comes to a respect for life. We want people to learn, but also then to see what gifts they're called to use in service to others. I think it's a great and exciting time for us in the church.
One of the things that I know that we try to do during this month is 3 activities in parishes. One is prayer, one is education, and the third one is action. But it's always important to know it's not. Let's not only do that in October.
Right.
But prayer. We know some of our parishes do everything from special novenas in honor of life, prayer for the unborn, prayer for those of particular need. So prayer services, novenas, special efforts like that.
Absolutely. The prayer gatherings, and I think connected with that is it's hard to pray well and not be educated. So I think our prayer invites us to go deeper into our understanding of the richness of our church teaching. So we do both. And I have to praise again the Record and our website and so many ways that are so accessible that years ago people maybe didn't have. And then leading to action. Again, if people say, well, I don't know where to begin, start with your parish bulletin, start with the Record, and start with our website, and you'll have plenty of ways to be able to be engaged. And of course, in a special way, start with your own family and loved ones. Because if we don't respect each other, we're not going to show respect in our society.
Well, prayer as a family and prayer as a parish, and pay attention to so many of our churches this month have special speakers on these topics, education, and then one of the ways that families can celebrate life together is by serving together. So all of these are examples. The packet's helpful, but I think it's good to talk to your pastors, talk to the parish leaders, the staffs about what's going on for Respect Life Month in your own parish, and ask maybe how you can help. Thanks again for this opportunity to talk with you, Archbishop.
Absolutely, Brian.
In conversations. Hope it's been a good show for you. I know we've been happy to bring it to you. We'll see you again next month, and thanks again. Anytime you have questions or concerns, contact us at conversations@archlu.org.